Do you personally value him?
I value Michael.
I personally place a lot of value on Michael Phelps.
Can you send him an email right now?
Hey, Michael Phelps, we talked about you on our podcast about 28 days later.
MichaelPhelps.com.
Can I have Wheaties?
Michael Phelps at MichaelPhelps.com. I value you so much as a swimmer.
You are valued, Michael Phelps.
Do you think you could swim the English Channel if there was zombies? If there weren't zombies, would that change anything, Michael?
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Pacific Standard, guys. I am Carter Briggs, and with me, as always, are the other two standard dudes, Abel Stoika.
Hello.
And no, and Mason Winter.
Hello.
Fucking, this is a
Properly pronounced.
This is a non-British podcast. Do you understand? This is a non-Brit podcast. No Brits allowed.
Also, I'm pretty sure Killian's Irish, right?
He's an Irish man. 28 days later, Mason, break that shit down.
Okay. The movie kicks off by showing you the source of this infection. It's not explained, at least I don't think, how these monkeys contracted the disease, right?
Chimpanzees aren't monkeys, Mason.
Chimpanzees. There was a lot of, it was chaotic. The movie's shot interestingly. We'll talk about it.
We will talk about it.
The chimpanzees are infected with some sort of, it seems they call it a rage. So they go crazy and attack whoever. As soon as the cage is opened, the chimpanzee attacks the person, and that is patient zero, essentially. And what this movie is doing is taking place, there's subsequent sequels, which we can kind of explain as well. 28 days later is a month after the infection. 28 weeks later, subsequently like half a year roughly, and then 28 years later is coming out soon. So this movie is 28 days later. Cillian Murphy's the protagonist. He wakes up 28 days into the infection, the outbreak on the island of... It's the UK. It's all across the UK, right?
Yeah, the island is called Great Britain, or it's called Great Britain, the island, but it is the United Kingdom's.
So the whole island of Great Britain is infected, and Cillian, same with The Walking Dead, where he's locked in a hospital room.
It's the exact same thing.
He survives, but we'll let it go. So Cillian Murphy is kind of wandering the streets, not knowing what is happening, similar to Rick Grimes, which one would if they woke up in a hospital that was empty and trashed. He runs into a few other survivors, mainly a girl named Selena, and then a dad and daughter. What were their names again?
Hannah was the daughter's name.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Frank is the father and Hannah is the daughter.
Yeah.
They spend some time staying with Frank and Hannah in their apartment because it's in a high rise and it's kind of secure. But there's a radio broadcast that there seems like soldiers and it seems like hope to the north near Manchester. So they all load up in Frank's taxi cab because I guess he was a taxi. Wait a minute. When he had the riot armor, I thought maybe he was a former SWAT guy, but no, he's a taxi cab driver for sure because he's got the black cab.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, maybe he probably just stole that from like his neighbor or something. Because it looked like he got all of his shit from his neighbors.
True. So they all head north to hopefully salvation. Unfortunately, Frank gets infected and dies along the way. So it's just our main character, Jim, which is Cillian Murphy, and then Selena, the girl, and Hannah, the young girl. And they meet up with this ragtag, what is it, like 7 dudes? It's like a small squad of military guys who kind of just had a distress signal recording on a loop, broadcasting out to any potential survivors to lure them in. And what they were actually looking for was they'd basically gone AWOL because there was no contact from anybody outside. They quarantined the island of Great Britain to not allow the infection out. And so these soldiers had no contact and basically went AWOL. And what they wanted was women. And so that's what the broadcast signal was to lure in people and hopefully women. And Cillian Murphy does his badass things. He saves the day, gets rid of the military squad, and that's the movie. There's zombies interspersed, but
There's really not that many zombies in this zombie
not
movie.
in this one. Not in this one.
No. This one is
You
zombie-like.
see crowds in the next one.
I've noticed that most zombie movies, if they're good, the zombies are kind of like not really relevant to the plot after like the first 20 minutes. Like they show up and stuff and you kill them or whatever, but like the plot moves independently of them, and it's not just, oh shit, there's zombies over here. Oh, there's a bunch of zombies here now. Like, I don't know. I think that gets old really quick, and this was definitely a movie that was released before we had, you know, shows like The Walking Dead and other zombie media that beat it to death, which is where it currently kind of lies right now. You know, like it's not as prevalent as it was like 15 years ago.
I just remembered, and I felt like I'd be remiss not to mention that there's a little epilogue scene at the end after they escape the soldiers, where all three of the main characters escape to a cottage in the countryside, and they spell out like help on the hillside with sheets, and there's a jet that flies over, and that's the end of the movie.
But there's a little flash of what it looked like before they put the O out there, and it just says hell.
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty funny.
Oh yeah, when
Nice touch.
Killian's like dreaming and he's passed out.
Yeah.
Carter, what do you think?
Yeah, Carter, had you seen this before?
I'd seen bits and pieces, but I haven't seen the whole thing. First off, little fun fact, the guy waking up during an apocalypse in a hospital, actually, this didn't originate. It came from a book called The Day of the Triffids or something, where basically in that book, a bunch of people go blind because of a meteor shower. A meteor shower causes people to go blind, and then there's also these plants that kill people. They act as zombies. The plants, they're zombies.
Huh.
And this guy didn't go blind because he had like bandaged eyes or something, and then he leaves like a month into the apocalypse, basically. This wasn't the first one to do this movie, but it does it. I think it does it really well. I think a lot of this, I don't know. This is very classic apocalypse movie stuff. Like the zombies they're not zombies. They're like rabid people, because you can just kill them the way you'd kill a guy. Like if a thing could kill a guy, it could kill one of these. But they're fast.
They're angry.
And they're angry.
And they're coming.
And they're feral. And they're weird. That scene where he walks into the church and he says hello, and then the two look at him, that's a genuinely creepy visual. That was genuinely really good. Really liked it. It's a shame that Frank, the dad, goes out in the dumbest fucking way possible.
It's just a freak accident.
Like it,
and I kind of rationalized it in my head when that happened. I was like, well, it was either going to be like oh yeah, he got bit, saw that coming, somebody was going to die, or it's a freak accident where a bird or like a body above him.
A body above him. Yeah, he was trying to get the bird to stop eating it, which I just don't. Yeah. And then
they could have had him go just find a dead body of a zombie, and then the zombie attacks him, and then he gets infected. But they did it in a much better way.
The transmission of the disease, it's emphasized in this, is one bites like regular, and then transmission through blood, because most of the infected either spit or vomit blood.
Yeah. It also
and you'll
seems
see
like,
that more in the next one.
It also seems like these zombies are not in the business of infecting. These zombies, especially since they're not zombies, they just kill people. It seems like they're more interested in tearing people apart than spreading this disease, which is why it's mostly empty.
I don't even think so.
Well,
I think they're too human. I don't think they're animalistic enough.
The zombies?
Yeah.
Really?
I think they're better in the next movie. I think as like a packed group, they're quick, and it's still the whole thing isn't shot the same way, but parts of it are shot in that similar style to kind of just make the scene chaotic. Most of those zombies are quicker and they seem like they're coming after you, and that blood all over their mouths is always present. But in this one, some of them would kind of just like stop for a second, or like when when they had to change their tire in the tunnel and then they turned around and drove off. As soon as the car got like away from them and the zombies realized like, oh, we're not going to catch up, they all kind of stopped running.
Yeah.
Whereas zombies are supposed to keep running after
they're
it because they're mindless.
They're mindless rabid animal, like a
but
rabid
these
dog.
zombies to me had like a little bit of thought. to
Yeah.
them.
They're like, oh, we're not going to catch it. It's a car, gang. Let's stop. Let's
They
hold
were
up
like,
here.
oh, they got away.
Nah, fuck.
Because you can kind of see that when Frank gets infected, is that there's like a sliding scale of him getting angrier and then losing his kind of personhood.
Zombies are the DBs that will chase you to the end zone. These were not that.
No.
That was a weird analogy.
It's a good one.
It's what pops into my head. Also, did you guys notice the weird shot in the middle of the movie where they were driving through that flower field? Was that painted?
Oh, where it's kind of like, it looks like an oil paint. Yeah,
It looks like
that
an
a
oil
lot.
painting, but you could see the car is still like a real element going through.
I don't know.
Like
It
There were a
looked
couple
good.
shots that looked
it
weird
was just
like that.
random because they didn't do anything like that the whole movie, and that was kind of just thrown in the middle.
I
When
liked it.
they're at the apartment, like the high-rise apartment, and they're like looking out the window, and this guy, one of them is holding an object in his hand up to the skyline, and it's such an obvious green screen. Like, it really didn't look convincing at all. But then they cut back to the reaction shot, and it's clearly them on the balcony with the real sky in the background. I think there was just a couple shots that looked really cheap. I also want to mention that the camera quality is it's very low budget looking. Like, it looks kind of like a TV thing. From
Can we talk about the
2002.
production of the movie?
Yeah.
Dude, it
'Cause-
looks like digital cameras in 2002. I'll tell you this
That's
much.
what
It
it
looks like a
is.
flip
Yeah.
No, that's
video
what they shot
camera.
on.
Yeah. No, yes.
They shot on handheld digital cameras because they wanted to give the movie a grittier look and to appear as if it was shot by survivors of the zombie apocalypse. And then that's why that last scene is crisper and shot in like 33 or 45 millimeter. I forgot which, but the last scene in like the cottage is actually shot on a film camera, whereas the whole movie leading up to that is shot on handheld. But what that allowed them to do was set up shoots on the streets of London and close down the streets of London for like 40 minutes at a time to get a scene shot on the streets with with the streets empty. And
That must have been the most expensive part of the production.
so they shot this movie for $8 million and grossed 84.6.
It's pretty
10
good.
times.
It's
That's
pretty
not
good.
bad. In 2002 monies, oh my god.
I
not
adjusted the budget. That's 14 million now. So the movie probably made more like 140 adjusted for inflation then, which is
That's what we call a
decent chunk of
success.
change.
Yeah, I thought the artistic decisions with the camera were cool. And there was even a little part right here where that like scene with the bus tipped on its side. Remember that? Where like Cillian Murphy walked past a double-decker bus just on its side in the road.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So they asked the council for permission to place the bus on its side, and they didn't give them permission. And then when the crew showed up at like 4 a.m., there was nobody there. So they were like, all right, let's just do this. And it took 20 minutes for them to set the bus down on its side, shoot it, and then pick the bus back up and take it out.
They just did it by hand.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's crazy. Actually,
That's like
I don't know.
guerrilla.
It
That's that
feels
guerrilla
like there was like
filmmaking.
a lot of work put into this movie. And I feel like it's a pretty good movie.
No,
it's
it's
pretty
good.
apparent that people really like working on it and were putting a lot of effort in.
I can see how people sometimes wouldn't like the choppiness and the quality to it, you know? But at the end of the day, like, I think like 70% of the way through the movie, I kind of asked myself, am I struggling to understand any of what's going on? Not really. I'm pretty much following everything. And I'm entertained. So
you kind of settle in. You kind of settle into the digital camera of it all. But yeah, bad guy. The villains of the piece are very classic Apocalypse. Just like a bunch of asshole dudes that you're so excited to see killed by zombies. I was so excited to see them all killed by zombies.
For sure.
The second,
well, it's also in any media, it never goes well to just keep a zombie chained up for whatever purpose.
The second I saw,
like, it never ends well.
The second I saw a zombie chained up in their house, in their little base, I was like, oh, I can't wait for all these clearly bad guys to be It's gonna be sick.
He's gonna break out.
He's gonna break
100%.
out. Cillian Murphy's gonna set him free, and then he's just gonna kind of look at Cillian Murphy for a second. And he's gonna run in the house.
I liked the touch at the end when he kills the main bad guy, and then the survivor woman, Naomi Harris's character, just thinks that he's a zombie for a second because he has to kill him with his bare hands. That was a really nice touch.
Yo, he fucked that dude up too. Oh my god. He bashed his brains brutal. Out on a brick wall, and then he stuck his thumbs in his eyes. That was awesome. I was like, get him.
I thought you were talking about the leader of the soldiers, because Hannah got him. She like reversed the car into the building with the zombies, and then the zombies busted through the back window and pulled him out.
I forgot about that.
That was a wild way for him to go. But that's what I was going to bring up was Hannah, her driving. She just, at one point in the movie, she just throws the black cab sideways in front of the entire group.
Yeah, she hockey stops driving towards a fuel truck.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot about the fuel truck.
Dude, that's where she hockey stops. And the whole time I was like, yo, no, do this anywhere else.
When she started gunning towards them, I for sure thought it was going to explode.
No, dude.
I was like, somebody's dying here.
You know what I was confused by? They go to get the fuel, and they have one gas can, fine. But they choose to siphon it out of the truck instead of just taking...
truck's gas cans instead of the truck's giant fuel tank.
Giant fuel tank that they could have just, like, opened a spout for. They could have just... Instead, he does the whole sucking it through. I'm like, that's unnecessary, sir. It's a fuel truck.
But you never know.
You never know.
Maybe it was something like propane. Maybe it was something like...
Maybe it was milk.
Premium. Maybe it was premium.
That's good. You want premium. It'll make your engine last long. You don't have to pay for premium. Take premium, man. What are you doing?
It was vegetable oil. It was a truck full of vegetable oil.
Nitroglycerin.
Let's hockey stop in front of the nitroglycerin truck.
Always the nitroglycerin references.
You can rely on me for one thing.
I liked those. It was a good flim.
Yeah, it's one of the better zombie movies. Like, besides like Shaun of the Dead, which doesn't really count.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. That's just a comedy.
Shaun of the Dead counts. It's a movie with zombies. Ergo zombie movie.
I guess so. That one might be my favorite then.
I think there's only one eyebrow raising moment in this movie where everyone is laying down for the night and no one can fall asleep. So Jim and Selena, our two main characters, the guy and the girl, take Valium to help themselves sleep. And then the little girl, Hannah, is like, please, Dad, can't I just have a Valium? And her dad goes, fine, only half, though. Only half of Valium.
I fear Hannah might become a drug addict.
Yeah, let's just give this child Valium.
I mean, what else are you going to do?
I don't know,
the world is over.
Fucking sleep.
She should be tuckered out from running from zombies all day.
Yeah, dude, go to sleep. You've been hockey stopping cars. I mean, like, to be fair, they ran into like 3 zombies, and only Cillian Murphy ran into the third one.
I think the last note I had, when the zombie gets let loose in the soldiers' barracks, and he crashes through the window and tackles the one dude onto the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's 2 soldiers in the room, and the zombie crashes through the window and tackles one to the ground. And then the other has a gun. And then he just shoots into the ceiling. He doesn't shoot anywhere near the ground where the two people, the zombie and his buddy, are. He just shoots into the ceiling. So he was never going to accomplish anything.
No.
He was a lost cause.
Terrible. I did like that they did go, there's probably going to be one soldier who's like, hey, this seems wrong.
Yeah, that was like one dude.
Yeah. One dude was like, gang, this is bad. Also, what happened to that dude? Do we see him get shot, or do we just see him run away?
I'm trying to remember, because he was locked up. He was chained to the radiator with Killian.
Mm-hmm. And then they take him out to the body pit.
Oh, they shot him.
Oh, okay.
They shot him because that's where their focus was. And
they both shot him, and then he was like, why didn't you shoot the other guy? They argue, and then Killian runs away.
Yeah, there's two soldiers, and they both shoot the one dude. And because one of the soldiers shot past his friend, he whips around and is like, what the fuck, dude? Why your bullet whizzed by me. And in that moment, Killian dives. You would think he runs into the forest. He dives into the pile of bodies and just lays there, which even fooled me for a second. And then as the soldiers run into the forest to look for him, he gets up from the pile of bodies and he's fine. Big brain plays.
Big brain plays.
That's so smart.
Then he kills them all. I mean, he kills one of them.
Quick thinking. And then, he goes Rambo in the rain, just walking around, assassinating people.
Just Assassin's Creeding that whole building.
That was an Assassin's Creed mission.
Yeah.
Was the final act of this movie.
Yeah, it was good. I liked it. And he did the unique assassination on the general. That was pretty sick. It was shot well. I like the editing, just the cuts. I do like that scene where he is dreaming and you, the audience, are like, oh shit, they all abandoned him. That's fucking crazy.
I liked how at the beginning of the movie they're showing you all this footage and you're like, oh, I'm here to see a zombie movie. This has got to be all zombies. But it's just people. This is all footage from before the outbreak, and they're showing it to the chimps before that the virus gets out there. And that was a fun little like it kind of made you think about how you're expecting these zombies in this zombie movie to act like this, but it's just how people act in the world that we live in. You know, like there is this violence. This is just a more purified form of it in a virus.
Also, not to be an animal nerd, but if there was one species you maybe don't need to show a bunch of violent footage to see what it does to them, it's probably not a chimp, one of the most violent, like, sadistic animals on the planet. Like, just assholes. Chimps are assholes. In case anybody's listening, chimps, assholes.
Chimps, don't listen to them. I think you're great.
They'll smile at you and be like, hey, come here. And you'll be like, oh, man, it's a chimp. He's smiling at me.
Like fingers, faces, genitals?
Yeah.
Those are the things they go for?
And faces. And then they'll eat you.
I said fingers, faces, genitals.
Oh, yeah.
And faces.
Yeah, I hate
faces.
Don't
forget faces.
Don't forget the face is the most important thing. I feel like I could live
and
without
fingers.
a finger.
Don't forget fingers.
Don't forget the jennies either. I don't want a chimp to pull my nuts off. That's crazy.
Oh, I forgot the jennies. Wait, what were they again?
Fingers, faces, genitals.
And then once they tear those things off, they'll start eating them. Because they're psychos. They're fucking psychos, dude. Don't keep chimps as pets. Fucking psycho people keeping chimps as pets. Turns out Abel's got a fucking chimp pet.
Yeah.
I also really like the premise of... There's a similar... Have either of you played Dying Light?
No, but I'm aware of what it is.
Yeah, so it's a zombie video game, and you're essentially inside of a city that gets quarantined and locked down. And I like the premise of a quarantined area of the world where zombies are, but then the rest of the world is kind of operating like normally. I like that, where it's an isolated pocket of chaos that's like threatening to break out into the rest of the world.
That is like, I don't understand how that logistically works.
What do you mean?
Like, it just seems impossible to actually quarantine.
The UK is an island.
Yeah.
You just don't send a boat.
But like,
you just collapse the channel and you don't send a boat.
I guess with like other zombie media, it takes longer for them to get infected, whereas here it's like literally rapid.
Yeah, it's like 2 seconds.
15 seconds.
It's not like other ones where you could get on a plane, right?
Yeah.
And then land and then turn into a zombie. It's like, oh shit, I got some blood in me. I'm a zombie now. That, like, you could quarantine this.
Because isn't it, correct me if I'm wrong, but in The Walking Dead and World War Z, everybody is infected, and it's once you die, then you...
Yeah, once you die,
reanimate.
you reanimate into a Zambo.
So, like, yeah, if somebody, say, for instance, is on a plane and has a heart attack and dies, then they reanimate as a zombie, then you have a zombie on the plane.
After, like, hours, too. After they reanimate after hours of being dead.
So, I can see how they could lock the quarantine down for this one.
Yeah. Other ones,
especially,
not so sure.
especially when it's what's at stake. Like, the whole world's at stake.
Yeah. Also, like, the rest of the world, like, all the rest of the world, the globe, you know, the whole place that Britain treated like shit for hundreds of years.
They also explain it, because in the second one, you kind of follow two soldiers who are going back in. They managed to evacuate a big chunk of the population of Britain.
Mm-hmm.
There was only like a select amount of people that got left behind in the process.
Sucks for them.
I mean,
dude, imagine you're camping like in the countryside. Just coincidentally, yeah, fucked.
I'm just trying to unplug for a little bit, guys. Don't mind me. I'm turning my cell phone off.
Zombie apocalypse breaks out.
He unplugs while he's gone. World unplugs. He plugs back in. He's like, shit, where is everybody?
Just the UK, though. Everybody else was like...
Yeah.
Everybody else literally was like, what did we lose? The UK? Okay. Fuck it. Like, that thing the size of,
it was a really
like,
simple shot in the movie, but I really liked the weight of it when Killian is kind of sitting there in the midst of a zombie apocalypse, and he kind of just watches a jet go by above him.
Yeah, just a bunch of people.
Commercial jet.
Just a bunch of people from the U.S. going to the south of France for a fucking vacation while he's running from zombies.
Yeah, I liked that.
I would not want to be on a flight above a quarantine zone.
No, that's what I was gonna say. A cool fucking movie or comic book or like TV show would be a plane crashing in Britain after this. Yeah, that would be fun. No, that wouldn't be a fun thing to happen. That would be a fun movie to watch.
That would be an awesome thing to happen.
That'd be sick if a bunch of people crashed. If a plane crashed, and then there were zombies. What if a plane crash and zombies?
Have you ever thought about that?
Think about that.
What if there was a plane movie where there were zombies on the plane?
Whoa.
That would be over in 2 seconds because there are no rooms. There are no doors.
No, it's fine. You're Brad Pitt. You're gonna be the lone survivor of a plane crash.
They did that in World War Z. That's
what I'm talking about.
Yeah. I know.
I would.
Also,
I haven't seen that movie in a while.
Remember how in World War Z the solution is to give everybody a terminal illness?
Yes. I liked that though.
It's clever, but like also to give himself a terminal illness, Brad Pitt just kind of fucking sticks himself.
Well, because you also watch Brad Pitt see the signs of it and slowly piece it together and realize it, and then you're like, oh shit. And then they kind of figure out at least how to camouflage themselves from zombies. They don't figure out a cure, but they figure out how to hide themselves.
Then they can just clear those bitches. They can just clear them out.
And they can just walk through clearing them.
Clearing them. Just
walk through. I remember that scene where he cures himself and then just walks out of that hospital like nothing happened. Like none of them can see him. And the whole scene prior is him trying to like sneak his best as he can through there.
This would be cool if it was, but I wonder if the beginning of The Walking Dead is an homage to this, because both Cillian Murphy and then Rick's character walking through the streets that are like empty while they're in hospital gowns.
Yeah, and that's
I like those
I
shots.
looked it up in the book. The first issue of Walking Dead came out a year after this.
Mm-hmm.
So I wonder if he saw it and was like, damn, what if this happened in America?
What if zombie in America?
Which is funny to think of it on a, more meta scale of 28 Days Later is the British version, and it's had 2 movies followed by 2 more movies coming out, how many years later versus 14 fucking seasons of The Walking Dead and 17 spinoffs or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Just
But
Americanized the fuck out of it.
That's how we would. Yeah, that's how we do it. That's how we do it.
We love it. We love beating
You can
a
never
dead
have
horse.
Too much until it's too much, and we don't have any more money to spend on it.
Give me Daryl in France. Give me that.
Literally, it seems like they set up like a dartboard of like characters and like locations, and they threw 2 darts, and one hit Daryl and one hit France, and they were like, sick,
Fuck
make it happen.
We're going to France.
Is that a real show?
Yes,
Yes.
Daryl in France. Daryl
not
runs
called
around
Daryl in
France.
Daryl
It's
in
called
France, the new sequel to Emily in Paris.
It's called The Walking Dead Daryl in France. It's called The Walking Dead French Zambos. That's what it's called.
Harold and Kumar go to White Castle.
It's
Daryl
called
goes to France.
It's called What If a Zombie Was a Mime? What if Mime Zombie?
Mime Zombie.
I forgot why I stopped watching it. I did start Fear the Walking Dead, the first sequel, and I did enjoy aspects of it because it was interesting to see the zombie apocalypse start in LA, which is a much more dense area.
I wouldn't know
it was
anything
cool to
about
kind
it.
of see it. Yeah. Imagine Zombros, Carter.
I did think the zombie apocalypse had started for a second, like this week, because I thought there was a dead guy just on my street. I live in a pretty nice neighborhood. Like, I live in like a neighborhood where you wouldn't expect to just find a dead guy laying on the sidewalk. It wasn't like in a ditch either. It was in the middle of the sidewalk. There was just a dude sleeping. And I was like, should I call 911? And I was like, why don't I give him 10 minutes to wake up? And I walked and I did my errand. And then I saw a fire truck pull up and him like run away from the fire truck. And I was like, okay, he wasn't dead. All right, that guy wasn't dead. He was just asleep in the middle of the sidewalk.
It's Carter. It's one of those bugs that you're like, that thing's for sure dead, and then you touch it and it just starts moving a little bit, and you're like, oh, okay, he's fine.
It was not like sleeping in the side. He was like face down on the side. I was like, whoa.
Yeah, that's why you were like, for sure dead.
I was like, this might be a dead person. Okay.
I bet somebody else probably called the cops or whatever.
They did.
And that's why the fire truck was there. Yeah.
That's why the fire truck pulled up and was like, literally, he heard the sirens, got up, and ran away from the fire truck.
I'm just doing a wellness check, buddy. Anyways, here's a ticket.
Yeah, here's a ticket, vagrancy, or whatever we give you guys now. I know you can't afford to eat and or have a house, but here's a ticket for not being able to afford a house, fucker. Here's a ticket.
Yeah, give us $200.
Hey, we need $200 because you can't afford to buy a house or live in an apartment. Fuck you.
It's so evil.
Yeah, it is. I wish there was a bunch of empty houses in LA the government could buy and house those people with.
Anyways, everybody vote Gavin Newsom for president.
Oh, well. Hey, are your sanctuary cities being invaded by federal law enforcement? Well, your governor's not going to say anything about that. He's going to keep doing his fucking podcast. Woo!
Have you seen...
Sorry.
I guess he probably wouldn't because it's algorithm based. But have you gotten those ads on YouTube from Amazon in Seattle, like building?
Which ads?
So there are these ads where it'll be like, it starts comically with these people going, what's that up on the hill? And it's like a building, and then it's a bunch of people saying different example. And this one lady goes, is that the club? And then the commercial goes, no, it's low-cost housing built by Amazon.
No.
And you're like, no, dude.
No. Dude, company towns? There's ads for company towns?
You can't fix this, Amazon. What's done is done.
Hey, we're Amazon. We pay our employees so little that we need to build low-cost housing for them. So we pay them so little enough so that they can't afford to live anywhere else, and then they pay us to live in the houses that are shit that we built. We also have a general store. I love company towns. I love company towns in this big year of 2025. That's good.
This year's a big year for sure.
It's a big... We're a little fucking late into being humans that we have company towns still. You know what I'm saying? We're a little, like, too mature as a species to be doing this shit.
We're all feeling a little nostalgic as a species.
I miss
for a
the
time
days...
that none of us were alive for.
I miss the days of 1877 when you could just have a town that was controlled by one coal mine. Don't you miss the days? What if your supermarket...
Children yearn for the mines.
What if your supermarket was your employer?
That first spice shipment, Carter. You get your payment for it, and you go, who's Chum and why is he taking all my money?
Chum. Nobody gets that. Like, just me and you get that. Just like the only...
It's the best. Those are my favorite jokes.
Who's Chum and why is he taking all my money? Yo, you know what I'm always pissed about? When they take out Social Security from my check, and I'm like, dog, shut up. I'm not gonna get any Social fucking Security. Give me that back.
I am in no way socially secure.
I'm very socially insecure.
Our society is so fucking insecure. It's crazy. The president and his right-hand guy, who's not the vice president, are having a public breakup right now. Are we ready for quotes?
Yeah.
I don't really write any quotes, so.
It
You didn't
wasn't
write a
super
quote?
quotable.
No, I didn't.
but
I
I
didn't.
grabbed one when Killian.
Oh, wait, I
gets
guess I
saved.
cheated. I didn't write a quote that somebody said. I wrote one that was like written in the movie.
I know the one you're talking about. Yeah.
What do you got? What do you got, Mason?
Basically, Cillian Murphy's character, one of the first things he obviously wants to do when he wakes up and there's a zombie apocalypse happening is
Pray.
praise Allah. He wants to go meet he wants to go see if his family's still alive, his parents. So he goes home.
Oh, I thought you were doing the rite in the church.
No. He
Oh,
goes to
I'm
his
stealing that
parents'
one.
house. No. Okay. And he goes to his parents' house, and his parents are dead in bed, and there's bottles and pills, and they clearly killed themselves because they didn't want to deal with the zombie apocalypse. And they're holding a picture of Cillian Murphy's character as a baby, and Cillian grabs that and heads out the door, and as he's heading out the door, he flips over the photo of him, and there's a note written by his parents, and it says, "With endless love, we left you sleeping. Now we're sleeping with you." And then it ended, "Don't wake up." And I was like, that's a wild suicide note. Like, to hypothetically tell your son, like, don't wake up because the world is fucked, dude. And we're peacing out. We can't deal with this.
That was definitely written without the thought of him ever reading it.
Yeah.
Like, they totally thought that he was never gonna read it. It's super dark though. That's fucked.
Yeah.
My quote is the one when he gets saved originally, and the first thing that they say to him after they like are in a secure, they're in the convenience store. A man walks into a bar with a giraffe. They both get pissed. The giraffe falls over. The man goes to leave, and the bartender says, "Oi, you can't leave that lion there." And the man says, "No, it's not a lion. It's a giraffe."
This is a giraffe.
And then he just stares at him, and he goes, completely humorless, "You two should get on like a house fire."
He's still wearing the fucking mask. Like, he hasn't even showcased that he's a human goddamn being yet.
He's just like, well, I thought at first it was like, oh, if he laughs, then he's not a zombie. But, you know, he was just trying to see if he was funny or like had a sense of humor.
That dude died in
It's
a
like,
pretty
dude,
humorless way, too.
Yeah, but it's like, my first instinct as him when you just wake up and are finding out that everyone you know is dead and there are zombies everywhere and society is destroying itself maybe across the entire world. You're probably not in a great headspace to just laugh at a joke. But he's like, oh, come on.
Well, he's been doing it for 28 days. He's been on. He's like, he doesn't know Cillian
He's been
Murphy
saying
just
this
woke
joke
up.
for 28 days, dude.
I'm taking a quote. This is also a written thing. When Cillian Murphy wakes up and he goes into a church, on the wall, it's written. Someone's written, "Repent. The end is extremely fucking nigh."
I remember. Yeah, that's good.
That's good. That's some dry British wit right there. That's good stuff. But also, fuck you, Britain. If you ever get infected by a zombie apocalypse, I will be the first guy to be like, just quarantine the fuckers. Who cares?
Yeah, fuck them.
Fuck them. Fuck them.
The first infection was colonialism, and now it's zombies. Ugh.
That's what they say at the UN. They go, fuck
The
them.
world can do without.
Hey, what'll happen if all of Britain disappears? I don't know, we'll have like 6 less sheep. Yeah? Meh. Well,
Who are we going to cast in the next Game of Thrones reboot, huh?
American people.
Who are we going to cast in all of these movies? Because all we do is cast British people in American stuff.
Or British people.
There's so many.
Or British people as German people. Or British people as Italian people. But not
Literally
doing
one we
German.
were talking about a bunch today. Rick from The Walking Dead. Main character. British.
He's a Brit.
Is he
He's
really?
A Brit.
Yeah, he's
Yes.
a
Oh
Brit.
my god.
He's a fucking
Andrew
Brit.
Lincoln. Took me a while.
He's
Andrew
in Love
Lincoln.
Actually.
Mm-hmm.
He's in Love Island.
He is the character in Love Actually most likely to go on Love Island. Except for the dude who goes to America to... the ugliest dude in the world who goes to America to fuck.
You know how they have that like Big Brother show? They like kind of like shut him off from society, right?
Mm-hmm.
What if they did a movie where it was that, but then there's a zombie outbreak?
What if they
on
did...
the set of a Love Island?
What
like,
if they...
kind of
What if they did a sequel to the Dead Island games called Dead Island, Love Island, Dead Island?
Love Dead Island?
Love Dead Island. The crossover event you've been waiting for.
Or then they did the other thing, which is Dead Love Island, where it's reality show, but all the contestants are zombies.
Oh, it'd be sick. I love when zombies fall in love. You guys remember that
Isn't
movie?
there a movie for that?
Yeah, remember that movie where a zombie falls in love?
Is it Nicholas Hoult?
I can't remember. Oh, Warm Bodies. It's called Warm Bodies.
Yeah. I never saw it, but I don't know. It looked kind of interesting.
No, I saw the one with, what was it called? It was something about like Boy Scouts or the Scouts.
Scouts Guide to the
Scouts Guide to
Apocalypse or
the
something.
yeah. Scouts Guide to the Zombie Apocalypse. That wasn't bad. It's funny.
Is it Ty Sheridan in that?
Bro, I don't know.
I don't know. Who's that?
Look it up.
He's the guy who plays Cyclops in the X-Men movies.
Which guy who
Oh,
put
he
that?
might be.
Weston. Yes, it is. It is. I have not seen it, but I know that for some reason.
Why is this the guy you think of when you think of Cyclops?
He's not. He's the guy I think of when I think of Scout's Guide to the Zombie Apocalypse. Then I go, he's the guy who plays Cyclops. But I'm like, but he's the second Cyclops. But technically he's the first Cyclops because he's the young Cyclops. The
I would
real
remember
actor
him
I
as-
think of is the actor who plays Cyclops in X-Men Origins Wolverine. In case you forgot, Cyclops was in X-Men Origins Wolverine, which
I forgot.
am very well aware of.
I know Gambit's in there.
There's a zombies map in Call of Duty where it's the theme of it is a film shoot where the zombie apocalypse broke out and they were filming on location at this like lighthouse in this shipwreck. And so your squad of 4 is surviving playing a regular game of zombies. And there's a boss zombie who's menacingly walking around slowly, trying to hit you with a studio light. And it's George Romero. And he's
Oh,
just
what the
chasing you around the whole time while you're trying to fight zombies.
That's pretty good.
That's kind
It's
of
fun
fun,
one.
but George Romero's dead, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if he's a zombie,
that seems like
idiot.
a little in poor taste.
It was before he died.
Oh, okay.
I was about to say, when did he? Yeah, 2017. It was before he died.
Gotcha. That's better.
All right, should we fucking rate this one?
Yeah.
Abel, you go first.
I go first.
He's gonna give it like a 6 or something. He's gonna give it a really low fucking score. He's gonna give it a much lower score than me and Mason give it. That's what he's gonna do.
Give it a 2. No, I'm giving it an 8. I did want to see what you guys did, though. Mason just stared.
No, my initial thoughts was a 9 because I went into it hearing great things, and I watched the second one first, so I hadn't seen this one yet. And I really wanted to because I'd heard great things. And so I went into it with high expectations. As I started to watch it, I was a little somewhat disappointed, I guess, because it was building. And then as it went on, I started to really enjoy it. And then by the end of it, I was like, I see why people really like this movie. It's a very good movie.
I think it definitely is enhanced by when it was released. Because if this came out today, it would be like, oh, this is like the most generic zombie movie ever. But like,
Right.
this was before there was zombie movies up the fucking wazoo that just like allowed for those tropes to be generic. You know, like it
Right.
kind of started the reinvention of the wheel to make zombies like a cultural phenomenon that they were for so long and still kind of are. Carter, what'd you like about it? What'd you not like about it? What would you rate it?
I'm giving it. I'm gonna give it an 8 because I didn't love this movie. 9 and 10 are when I.
Carter fucking hated this movie. Dude.
I did. I gave it the same
Gave it
score
an
as
8,
Abel.
dude.
I gave it the
That's a
same
fucking
score as
B.
Abel.
That's a B.
Yeah.
You hated it.
I hated it.
It's a B minus.
I give it the same score as Abel. I feel sick to my stomach. I think 9 and 10 are reserved for movies that I love, and then like 8 is something that I really like. You know, that I like a lot. And there's a lot to like in this movie. You know, there's it's shot well, it's edited well, it's acted well, except for maybe Hannah. I never bought that she was a real person for even a second. She really feels like an actor the whole time.
I see that. I mean, yeah, that's just fine.
She was fine. It was just like she was fine mostly because they didn't give her a monologue. Every time she spoke, it was real dry.
The focus, Carter, is future Bond girl and Tommy Shelby. That's the focus.
Yeah.
We
And
don't
I
care
like-
about this little girl.
They were
who's
great.
on drugs twice in this movie.
Both for pretty dark reasons. The second time,
Yeah.
super dark reasons that we do not need to get into as three white dudes
but it
on a
is
podcast.
funny that when Selena tries to pull her out once like shit starts going off the handle, like zombies break in and shit's clearly going bad, and Selena tries to pull her out of the room, and she's like, "No, I'm fine."
Just
She's just not there.
let me chill, bro. What the fuck is your problem? But yeah, it's good. I kind of wish there was. I get why there aren't, but I kind of wish there were more zombies. The zombies don't feel like a threat. Like the zombies are so unthreatening in this movie until the last act that I kind of am like, how did they win? Like they won in the UK. Like that's how they just
I
don't
guess
seem.
because they were just unprepared.
I know,
you
but
know?
like, so prepare. Like get one tank.
Are we prepared right now?
There's 5,000 tanks
Hell.
sitting in a parking lot in Nevada, Abel. We are prepared. We're prepared.
Mm-mm.
I mean, but like if it was this kind of shit, like if we were the size of Britain, you know, shit would get consumed pretty quick before everything would be deployed. I don't know. They're fast. An infection takes like 2 seconds.
Yeah, true, but
So-
they don't seem to infect at a high rate. They seem to infect at a low rate.
What?
Only only one of the soldiers gets infected. The rest get eaten or beaten to death.
Eaten or beaten?
Eaten or beaten.
What'll it be? What'll it be, kid?
What'll it be, boys? Eaten or beaten? But yeah, I'm gonna give it an 8. I really liked it. I wish the zombies stayed scary throughout the movie, and I kind of wish Selena had more to do. But that's it. It's a good movie.
I felt like she was a fun character because she was so survival focused at the beginning, then kind of eased up, and they all kind of bonded with each other by the end.
Learn to
And
be a
she-
human again.
Yeah, essentially.
You know what I don't get?
No.
Why don't they just start training to swim the channel?
Brother.
You can swim the English Channel. People do it.
You can.
People do it all the time.
Not your everyday person.
I know, but they're like, come on, give it a shot. Or find a boat. Find one boat.
Okay. So Carter's saying when the zombie apocalypse kicks off in Britain, what you're going to want to do is every day start going to your local pool, doing laps, get ready,
Yeah.
and then maybe 28 days into the apocalypse, say, do your swim across the channel.
Yeah.
Brother.
For sure. I think so.
This dude does not value swimmers.
or invest in a boat. Or find a boat during the apocalypse. Just hop and skip over.
value swimming?
Hmm?
You're saying I don't value swimming?
You don't value swimming, Mason.
No, I'm talking Carter doesn't value swimming.
Okay. I was about to say.
That's what I said.
Mason,
I'll
you
bring
don't
up
He's
stats.
like,
You don't
everybody
bring
can
up
do it.
stats.
you don't value swimming, Mason. You fucking don't value it, bro.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Michael Phelps is one of the most decorated Olympians of all time. Right?
The most decorated Olympian of all time, but yes.
Boom.
What, did you give him the gold medals? What the
Swimming's
fuck?
no, but I like
Do you value him?
yeah,
Do-
for sure.
Do I...
He's a pothead and he's an Olympian. He's awesome.
Do you personally value him?
I value Michael.
Yeah,
I'm
I
gonna-
personally place a lot
you say
of
the wrong
value
thing, your
on
point is
Michael
moot.
Phelps.
Can you send him an email right now?
Hey, Michael Phelps, we talked about you on our podcast about 28 days later.
Michael Phelps can I have
MichaelPhelps.com.
Wheaties.
Michael Phelps at MichaelPhelps.com. I value you so much as a swimmer. You're such a great swimmer.
You are valued, Michael Phelps.
Do you think you could swim the English Channel? If there was zombies?
Do you- Anyway, yeah, that's my rating.
If there weren't zombies, would that change anything? Michael.
Michael. Mike.
Gonna end every single sentence has to include a reference to his first name.
Michael. Excuse me, Michael. I was wondering, Michael, if you would tell me, Michael, if you could swim the English Channel, Michael.
If there was zombies, Michael. That's an important factor. Could he outswim the zombies, do you think?
Oh, for sure. These zombies can't fucking swim.
But like if they were swimming zombies and they would have the rage virus, they would probably be very fast at swimming.
If they were swimming zombies. Do you think if Michael Phelps turned into a zombie, he would still be a good swimmer?
Oh, the best. Basically zombie fish at that point. Because he doesn't have to breathe, so he can just swim.
Hey, if chimps can get the zombie virus, do you think gorillas can get the zombie virus? And how scary would a zombie gorilla be?
Very.
Who would,
Do you think 100 men could kill a zombie gorilla?
Mm-mm.
I think
My
they're getting
favorite-
torn.
My favorite meme about the 100 men versus one gorilla, my favorite to come out of all of that was the Elden Ring one, where it's when the 77th guy steps up to the gorilla and he knows his moveset now and starts dodging everything. He's watched one by one everyone fail and he's studied the gorilla's moves and now he knows the gorilla's moves and he dodges everything fluidly
I understand it now.
and vanquishes the gorilla. I understand it now.
All right, is it time for what the fuck? What are we doing? What's going on?
Do you think if Michael Phelps was a zombie, would you be able to outswim him?
We're back. We already answered.
Not a chance. Not a chance.
Dude, have you seen his legs? No fucking way.
Legs for
What if-
days.
What if an average person? But if an average person was a zombie, Michael Phelps would outswim that zombie.
Yeah.
You just asked the same question twice.
No, I asked. The first one was if Michael Phelps was a zombie, would he outswim you?
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm not a very
Whereas
good swimmer.
the other one is, could Michael Phelps as a human outswim a 28 days later rage virus zombie?
Yeah, for
of
sure.
an average person.
Especially
Easy.
since
What?
since they can't swim.
Because
I think
no, if they could swim, like they would go fast and they don't have to breathe.
they do have to breathe because they'll die. They're not zombies.
Oh wait,
Fast movement doesn't necessarily mean fluid swimming.
yeah.
They're just thrashing around in the water.
Yeah, they're just thrashing.
I
And
gotta.
Thrashing is also known as drowning.
And they do need to
What
breathe.
shows have or movies or whatever? What depictions of zombies have swimming zombies? Do you know any at the top of your head? I'm kind of obsessed with this at the moment.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
can
all
tell.
the depictions I think of are like they don't swim, but they can survive underwater. So like they can, to a certain extent, like walk on the bottom. But
Which one?
I mean,
Pirates of the
think
Caribbean, they can walk on the
There's
bottom.
Pirates of the Caribbean, and then I think like one of the zombies games.
Oh, okay.
But that are like the only two instances I can think of where like an undead is underwater and they're kind of just walking on the bottom.
Gotcha. Okay, we can let this go now.
All right, Mason, what have you been fucking watching or whatever? What have you been doing? What have you been up to?
Shane Gillis's show Tires on Netflix, new season. I'm about halfway done. Very funny. Enjoying that a lot, and I'm deep on Arrakis, dude.
Drilling deep.
I've staked my claim on Arrakis, and I have a base built, and I'm collecting plant fibers and copper and iron. I need to find the spice, though, Carter. I need to find the spice.
You haven't found spice yet?
Well, you
Not yet.
can't find a spice without finding a worm first, Mason.
I've got by like 2 worms. Never again will I let these worms get me.
Don't let them dictate your life, you know?
Don't let the
But
giant
they do,
worms. Don't let the giant worms that live in.
I can't go on the open sand.
Why not just sandwalk, idiot? Idiota?
It takes forever, dude.
That just take forever, bro.
Idiota.
I'm ripping on my sand bike. It's like a motorcycle, but with tank treads, and it just ripping across the desert.
So you outrun the worm.
I did, and now I'm in the next area. Boom. That's why I said the worm wasn't gonna get me anymore. I'm scot free.
How many
Outrun that
Harkonnens?
worm
How many
till you're in the
Harkonnens
next
have you killed, Mason?
None, but I have gained some reputation with the Atreides.
Nice.
This game takes place within like a spice dream of Paul's where he wasn't born. Jessica had a daughter, and he basically explains all the consequences of that action leading up to where the game's at. And it's basically like, because of that, the Atreides survived the attack on Arrakeen, and now the Harkonnens and Atreides are like locked in a Cold War, like a spy battle. So they're not in open conflict, but they're trying to poke and prod each other, and you can kind of do activities for either one to help out and gain
Gotcha.
reputation.
And if you gain reputation with the Harkonnens, just to be clear, you're a fucking bum, and I'm coming for you.
Mm-mm.
They're just
If
gonna
you-
kill you.
Depending on what class you choose, you get like a specific emote off the beginning.
Mhm.
And if you choose Swordmaster, you get the Atreides salute where you hold your knife up to your forehead.
Oh, that's sick.
It's pretty nice.
Loving it.
But I'm gonna work until I get my ornithopter, and then I'll check back in with you guys.
All right, sick. Abel, what you got?
I kind of binged Andor season 2. I finished it yesterday morning. I think I'm not sure yet. I'm undecided if I like it better than the first season, but I'm leaning towards I think I like it better than the first season. I think that first act, or first arc, I mean, was really slow. Second act picked things up quite a bit. Dude, those last 6 episodes are like, those were giving me the same vibes of like peak Game of Thrones. Like, it was so good. I couldn't like take my face, like I would be like, I'm gonna put this on and do dishes and stuff, and then I just sat down and watched the whole thing. Like, I couldn't multitask. I had to devote my whole attention to it. I don't know. We can't really spoil it because Mason hasn't seen it, right? Or do you not really care? I can dodge around it for sure.
Let's dodge.
Okay.
Look at Mason's little intrigued face.
I'm 50-50, so dodge.
Dodge.
Yeah, you should watch this if you're 50-50. The episode, the part where he says, you know, the line where he goes, "Who are you?" That scene.
That scene's
fucking
great.
Crazy. That was the perfect ending for that character. I was sad to see that character go that way, but I don't know. That's one of my favorite characters on the show, and I'm really sad that was how they went out, but it was perfect for what they wanted, and it fits really nicely into the themes of the show of Empire sucks.
Empire? Bad news.
I'm trying to be vague, but in the episode in the Senate,
that was great.
Speech, that was like so high octane, like so many things. But like you're watching it and you're like, there's a zillion things that could go wrong right here. Like, and one by one, like some things are going wrong, but everything's not over yet. So I'm just gonna keep. I think they can do it. I think they can pull this off, and then they do. And when I think it's like the second to last episode when Dedra shows up to the gallery, that was a really cool scene, and just the whole sequence of with the hospital was a lot of fun. That was really intense, and then I liked the ending for that character with the bass and everything. I don't know. I'm trying not to say too much. Carter, I hope you're picking up.
I picked it up.
Putting down. Yeah. Just all the character work is great. And then the last scene of the movie on the farm. Oh my God. I did not see that coming, but it brought a tear to my eye. That was beautiful.
It's a gorgeous show. Show's gorgeous. And as usual, the fascist dictatorship is brought down mostly by their own ineptitude.
In later installments in the timeline, of course.
No. In this one, too. We can't talk about it here, but there's a couple examples of them just being inept where they lose because they're idiots and selfish and like narcissistic, and they think they're going to make it because they're them, which is also what Andor says in the first episode or the third episode.
Yeah. And every single person that you watch throughout the show in the Empire who actually gets shit done and is good at their jobs just gets implicated in stupid fascist shit that makes them either get arrested or commit suicide. So it's crazy. I don't know. I'm very high on Andor right now. I don't think I can be objective in my review. I'm gonna give it a 9 for now.
I just wish
I want to give season 2 that last stretch of episodes is 10 out of 10 TV.
It is
as a whole. I think I'll give it a 9.
I just wish they didn't. I get their reasoning for not making it 5 because Diego Luna would have aged out of the role, right? Because it is a prequel, and the creator wants to do other things. But I just wish they did 3. I feel like there were some arcs that we could have explored more in 2. Like there's some.
Yeah. And
I just wish it was at least 3, but I get it. And I'm sad because now the good thing is over. Now the good Star Wars thing is done. It's not coming back.
And the only thing that's going to come of this show is now they have a new thing to mine for fan service in shitty future installments.
Yep.
So.
Yep. Just a note. No, I can't say this note because it's a spoiler.
Mask it. I'll see if I can decode it.
Okay.
Just encrypt this message.
This is a note to the heads of Lucasfilm. That farm scene.
Wait, no, hold on. I'm just gonna take my earbuds out. Abel, give me thumbs up.
No, it's totally fine. It's totally. Let's encrypt this for the viewers.
We'll encrypt it for the viewers. That farm scene.
I think I know what you're saying. Don't do
that character. That new character in the farm scene. Leave that character alone. Don't fucking touch them.
Don't do anything.
Don't touch
do
them.
it.
Just fucking leave them where they're at. Okay?
It would be so easy for you guys to do the wrong thing here.
So
I'm gonna tell you, it's the wrong thing to do.
Don't do it. Fucking don't. Anyway.
That would really undermine it for me. Like usually I'm not the type of person to be like, oh, this ruined the whole thing or whatever, like the sequel ruins the original or whatever, but that would really there's a like a mystique to that ending of just like I don't want to see where they end up.
Is that all you've been watching, Abel? You got anything else?
I think I have a little bit of music to shout out.
Do it up.
The new album from Beretta, previous member of the Glitch Mob. It's called Hear the Listener. A lot of really fun ambient house, like glitch beat stuff. Good shit. I would give that album a 7.
I'm not gonna lie. Every time Abel talks about dubstep, like not judging dubstep, it just sounds like when we're dodging around a spoiler to me. It's like he's speaking in code.
My thought was a collection of words I've never heard before.
Yeah.
Never been put together.
Beretta, former member of the Glitch Mob, as you all know. As we all know.
Glitch Mob are from LA, dude. Glitch Mob are awesome. They're the guys who did the that Seven Nation Army dubstep remix that was in the Battlefield 1 trailer. You guys know the one I'm talking about?
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
They have better music than that. Cool shit. I listened to this EP. It's not new. It's called Kill Bill by Mr. Bill and Kill Smith are the producers. So the name is obviously a combination of those producer names. Nice crisp sound design. It came out a few years ago. I don't know why I hadn't listened to it yet, but I'm going to shut up now. Carter, what have you been doing?
2 things. One thing that came out that I haven't started that I really want to start is the new season of Phineas and Ferb. Really got to get on that. Got to get on it.
What?
New season of Phineas and Ferb dropped yesterday, Mason.
On what?
On Disney Plus, my boy.
Okay. Put me on, my boy.
I got you. And a new Predator movie, an animated Predator movie came out on Friday on Hulu called Predator Killer of Killers. It's an anthology series set in 3 different points in history, kind of Viking times, 16 or 1700s Japan. I can't remember, but it's like samurai.
It's
samurai
feudal.
one. It's not. I mean, it's pretty modern. It's very modern. So I don't know if it's feudal Japan, but there are samurai in it.
What?
I love that this is after Prey. They just decided this is what we're going to do with Predator now.
Can I be
We're
honest?
just going to do Predator in different settings.
Can I be honest?
Samurai were an integral part of Japan's feudal system.
That's what I wanted them to do. Because I'm sick.
Like, how do you have one without the other?
I don't know. Maybe it was. I don't know when feudal Japan ended. I'm not well versed in Japanese history.
I forgot.
But then the third one is set in World War II.
Oh, that's sick.
And it's not what you'd think. It's not like a squad of soldiers. It's a squad of pilots, which I think it's really good. The animation is good. It's really fucking brutal, which is great because I think Predator movies should just be brutal. And then I'm not going to say how it ends because I think you two should watch it, but
I'll probably watch it, yeah.
They're all separate, but then it all comes together for the final act. It's like a 4-act anthology movie. And there's a bit of fan service, but I like the fan service, and the fan service does actually build a lot of lore about the Predators and their culture.
This is giving me Cloverfield Paradox vibes.
It's not. It's not Cloverfield Paradox. It's good. It's
Netflix.
I like it. I like the movie. The Predators are confusing to me because I am going to spoil the third act, the World War II one. The other two are very classic Predator. There's like this band of Vikings that are... The first one is these band of Vikings, and they're badasses, all of them, and the Predator goes after them because they're badasses, and that's who Predators go after. The second one is Predators going after the samurai, and a samurai and a Ronin, and that makes sense because they're great. They're killers, and the Predators go after killers.
They're trophy hunters.
They're trophy hunters. The third one is the Predator goes after World War II squad of fighter pilots, an American squad of fighter pilots. And look, I know the Predator's like fairness thing that they do where they like, well, we hunt our prey kind of fair is kind of bullshit because they use like laser nets and shit. Like they use sci-fi alien tech on like Vikings and shit. So it's not really fair. But the unfairness is really showcased when you have an alien ship against World War II ships, you're really like, what are you getting out of this, bro? Like this, like
You're
this,
playing recruit bots, buddy.
like this. Yeah, you're playing fucking franchise mode in Madden on fucking like rookie difficulty. What are we doing here, bro? But it's good. That one has
They're participation trophy hunters.
that one has the most that one has the most interesting character, I think, and he deals with his situation in the most clever way, I think.
Cool.
But it's good.
I'll have to check that out.
It's good. It's a good movie. And Predator franchise, keep doing this. I don't know what Predator Badlands looks kind of weird, like, because the main character is a predator, and I don't know what he's up to, but
He's
I'll
just
probably watch
predating.
that. It's the same director as Prey.
But
So-
like keep doing Predators in different eras of history. Keep doing it. I fucking love it. Predator should be the new Assassin's Creed series. Just fucking
Damn.
just pick a time. Just pick it. I'll give you
Pick
some
a time and kill people.
Just pick a time and send a Predator there. Fucking pick a time and send a Predator there. I'll give you some
Fuck 'em
times. I'll give you some times. Predator v Dinosaurs would be sick. I actually would fuck with that heavy. That would mean that the Predator culture has been around a really fucking long time, but I don't care.
Is
Predator v Dinosaur.
Is that an entirely a movie without dialogue?
Yeah.
Okay.
Predator v the
You're gonna-
dinosaurs from The Land Before Time.
It's like, you think John Wick had little words? Watch this.
Yo.
Predator versus dinosaurs.
Predator in like a Mexica in like a Mexica city, like an Aztec city, you would say. That would be sick.
Yeah.
Predator in World War II, but it's not pilots, it's like people.
Predator and pirates.
Pirate Predator. Give us a Predator pirate. I don't know.
In the future.
Predator in the future. No.
Predator in space.
Predator.
Fighting aliens. Wait.
Wait. Predator in.
No, Abel got it. Alien versus Predator.
I just had it.
It's a great idea for a movie that hasn't come out yet.
Predator in the Crusades.
No, just start dropping Predator into new franchises. Predator versus Game of Thrones.
Predator. Oh, dude, Predator would fuck up Game of Thrones. I know.
Star Wars. Sorry, I had to ruin the twist of Andor season 2. Around episode 7, they drop a Predator.
They drop a Predator into Andor. I think Predator dropped into the Jedi Temple could effectively do a lot of Order 66 by himself.
You mean the Predator could kill children? I think, yeah.
Yeah.
I think pretty handily he could kill a lot of children.
There were a lot of
But
other people in there.
could he kill like regular Jedi?
I think
You think a Predator could fuck up Kit Fisto? You know,
Yes. I think he
could he
could.
fuck up Obi-Wan?
Not
No,
a chance.
I don't think he could fuck up Obi-Wan.
Obi-Wan, the master of the defensive style.
What are you talking
Not
about?
a chance in hell.
I think
not a chance in hell is a Predator taking Obi-Wan.
I think a Predator with a lightsaber could do some fucking damage. They're pretty fucking big. They're big.
I think Disney owns Predator now, right?
Yeah.
Because they bought Fox.
Yeah.
Yeah, do this.
Do Predator versus Star Wars.
Make it like a fucking Star Wars What If show. And just
I'm
do as many
saying,
crossovers.
essentially, my opinion, any named Jedi is giving Predator the hands.
Kit Fisto's
A
fucking
regular Jedi, an unnamed Jedi number 3, he's getting murked every time. But
Well, that's what you have. You have
Kit Fisto, Ki-Adi-Mundi,
you,
Luminara Unduli, any of these people, they're giving Predator the hands.
I think you have it so that you have like Obi-Wan and a squad of like 12 Jedi on just some planet, and then you get the
Obi-Wan to me is laughable. Obi-Wan
No.
is untouchable.
He's
You
not.
can't.
He's not gonna die. That's the end of the Predator. Always loses. Have you ever seen a fucking Predator movie? They get him after he kills everybody else.
Yeah, Arnold, dude. It's a formula.
It's a formula. I love the Predator formula. Anyway, that's what I've been watching. It works. Hey, the Predator movies and that it's that franchise that's made like billions of dollars at this point. Works.
Those movies are good, actually. Did you know that?
Prey is so good. It's actually such a good fucking movie.
I should watch that again. That movie's awesome.
Ugh. Anyway.
It's me every time I take a bite of Honey Nut Cheerios. Golly, did it again.
Good job, General
Batting
Mills.
1,000 out here.
All right, next week we will be watching Jurassic Park.
Oh shit.
Oh
The
shit.
first one.
The first one.
Jurassic Park, the first movie.
Jurassic Park, the one before the
3
other
in a row,
ones.
not bad.
It's like how the first Pokemon movie was released in theaters as Pokemon the first movie because they were like, "Come on, this is catching on. We're making more. We're making more. This is the first one."
And they did.
It's not the last.
They made a ton
they
more.
made like 30.
Well, wasn't it already giant overseas before it came to an American audience?
No, I don't think so.
Pokemon? Or the
Yeah,
movie
like,
in
wasn't it-
particular?
No, just Pokemon in general. Wasn't it like
I thought
Pokemon-
it came out at the same time.
No, Pokemon was huge before the movie.
No,
I know
did
that.
it release in Japan originally?
Yeah.
And then over time, they moved it to the United States.
That's what I thought.
That would make
I
sense.
kind of thought that they just released it everywhere at the same time.
Then I don't know.
This up.
What do I look like? A Pokemon expert?
Yes.
I actually do kind of look like a Pokemon expert. I look like a guy who would know a lot about Pokemon. To be fair, though.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it literally came out 2 years before it came out.
Mason was right.
Never
Bitch. Bitch, throw shit at Abel. Throw shit at him. Boo.
Throw shit at me.
Boo.
I want shit thrown at me. Shit all over the place.
Oh, Mason's in research mode. Listeners, I wish you could see it. Mason has put both his hands on the keyboard. That means he's in research mode.
I'm in the office.
Look, look at him fucking cook. Watch him cook.
Interesting.
Meanwhile, Abel's sitting in the darkest. Abel looks like he's sitting in a Paranormal Activity movie.
I sat down 2 hours ago and the sun has set significantly since then. But I can't get up.
I'm not showing my face, listeners. I would never. You'll
So
never
he's
see my
still
face.
Neither will we. We still don't know what he looks like.
That's crazy. I did not know that Pokemon, the Game Boy games were the first to anything.
Yeah.
I thought the cards were first for sure.
Nah,
No.
man. Game Boy games.
Wild.
Anyway, is that the episode,
Learn
folks?
something new every day.
You learn something new every day, and that's the motto of this podcast, Pacific Standard, guys.
Jurassic Park.
Jurassic,
Watching it.
Do we have any
Next
fan mail?
week.
Do we have any fan mail?
No. We do not.
Do we have any reviews on any of our podcast platforms?
No.
Fuck. All right. Well, that's the episode. Bye, everybody.
Take care.
Mason never says bye. Mason hates saying, I got full bars, bitch.